So the first tip is actually psychological, and then we'll get to the kind of physiological mechanics of it. A lot of the time, I think when we get nervous, we are worried about judgment, and there's a lot to be worried about as a medic, isn't there? There's a lot to go, that you can be judged on. So I think the first thing to say would be always to employ the principle of how can I help? And to, before you make the call, to step into the shoes of perhaps the patient or the clinician that you're reporting into, and just think about what they need from you in that moment. So rather than making it about you, camera on you, think about how you can help, which is possibly already in the DNA of a medic anyway. Then, before you make the call, just take a moment to come back to my feet are on the floor, the air is on my face, my clothes are on the skin, real peripheral nervous system, because that makes you present. And a lot of medics are completely, that your lives are very, very busy, aren't they? So we get very speedy, very rushed. Just take a moment to stop, put the brakes on, feet on floor, air on face. Then when you speak, my advice would be to stand up, especially if, whether you're on camera, if it's this kind of platform, or if it's a phone call. If you're on camera, they will have a sense of energy and presence. And if you're just on the phone, they will hear that energy and presence in your voice. And the final thing is just put the brakes on. Most people rattle through information. Where it's complex, where it's important, just take your time. I once had a news anchor client who used to go on air, and the first thing she said to herself before they went live is, take your time. And it's always a really good note to self.